Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to World Model Feud. Now, in our last episode, we brought you that guy, and wow, did we piss him off. He went on a rampage posting his utter nonsense in our comments section, and I would like to read a few of his best ones out now. At World Model Feud, we have the burden of proof. Classic religious B-stars. You have the clan the ISS is orbiting the Earth with astronauts inside. You have the claim that it was built in outer space by astronauts. Well, yeah, we do. Shifting the burden of proof is a classic religious thing to do. Disprove my God. Disprove a claim that has never been proven to begin with. Scientism is your religion. Bass 100% on faith of whatever NASA tells you. You have no scientific proof of anything in space whatsoever. It is a story to explain the origins of life just like any other religion. Yours is based 100% on faith in man. You should stop now why you were this far behind. I dare you to make a video on my fluid dynamics demonstration. Well, that guy, challenge accepted. Now, World Model Feud is a game show. We are not scientific educators, so we have reached out to a true man of science working with the United Nations in a commanding role with a top-level research and defense station for his knowledge and expertise. We also have the world's finest investigator in the fields of debunking lies, falsehoods, and crimes against the people, and they have both graciously agreed to come on the show and help us educate that guy. So, without further ado, let's get on with the debunking. First, I would like to turn the floor over to a very special guest and friend of the show. He led the charge for New Zealand at the Battle of El Alamein and commanded the forces in the Indonesian-Malaysian confrontation. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Lance Corporal Flatter of the Antarctic Defence Force's New Zealand Division. That's right, we have the great man himself here on the show today, all the way from the Antarctic Defense and Research Station, and he has graciously taken his time from his post commanding the base to help us through this challenge today. Okay, as we can see, they are just landing now, so we will cut back to Lance Corporal Flatter as soon as they are set up and ready. So let's turn to our special guest investigator. That's right, we have the man who broke open the lies of Dr. Andrew Wakefield and his paper on vaccines causing autism, as well as breaking open the infamous Watergate scandal. People, it's Constable Conspicuous! Now, the good constable has prepared a video statement for us in regards to the challenge that guy has laid out for us. So, ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm welcome to Constable Conspicuous.
Hello, Dick, and thank you for having me on. Now, what our confused flat earth monkey seems to have a hard time grasping is the law of conservation of angular momentum. Or to put it simply, as our Earth is spinning, the atmosphere is spinning with it. Our friend here seems to think that the ground below us is spinning independently of the Earth, but in contrast, that everything on this planet is spinning along with the Earth itself. Meaning that you can pretty much move freely wherever you want on this planet with the atmosphere having a relative speed of 0. You can move anywhere you want, including against the spin of our planet. To put this up in an analogy, imagine yourself being in a car, because I know most of you flat earthers live in the bloody things, and the car is moving down the highway at a constant speed of around 60 miles per hour. Pardon me using American. And you're not going to feel that motion anywhere inside of that car unless you speed up or slow down in a very drastic rate. And that's the same case with the Earth. It's spinning at a constant rate. You flat earthers seem to have a very, very, very big problem with how fast our Earth is spinning. But forget that relatively it's only one rotation per 24 hours. Relativistically, that is actually quite slow, and again, our atmosphere is spinning with us due to both friction and a little thing you seem to hate called gravity. You guys treat it as if it's blasphemy most of the time. And that's rather disconcerting, especially considering you guys pride yourselves on being so incredibly far along with proving our Earth being a flat plane. And yet none have gotten past the whole looks flat to me sort of analysis to that. Our friend here seems to be just as confused to our Earth's rotation as he is towards compasses, and I'm fully betting that is still unwilling to have any form of debate on his flawed ideas. Thanks for having me on.
Now, I do believe the great investigator also has a message for Fight the Flat Earth, so let's cut right back to the constable.
My heart goes out to you, Craig, and if you ever need help with this punk who did this to you, I'm from New York. I think I can find you a guy.
Now, I'm being told that our camera crew is all set and ready, so ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm welcome to Lance Corporal Flatter of the Antarctic Defence Force's New Zealand Division.
Kia ora. I am Lance Corporal Flatter from the Antarctic Defence Force New Zealand Division. Thank you so much, Worldview, for having us on. I hope I can be of help today.
Now let's cut to that guy's video so Lance Corporal Flatter can have a right proper go at it. Take it away, Lance Corporal. Damn it, that guy. Sorry folks, but once again we have Flurfer vertical video. Let me just throw our background screen up and try to make this tolerable. There, that should do it. Okay, back to the action.
Set up a simple demonstration showing a rotating atmosphere.
See, actually, buddy, what you've got there is not an example of an atmosphere, but rather looks more like what I'd call a cyclone.
Ladies and gentlemen, we wanted to show you using some of our secret our technology here at World Model Feud, just how much of his raw intellect Lance Corporal Flatter is using to refute that guy's claims. So let's zoom in. Wow, as you can all clearly see, he is almost asleep here. Clearly, Lance Corporal Flatter is more than up to the challenge presented to him today. Now, back to Lance Corporal Flatter and his debunk of that guy.
Right? Picture your Earth in the middle of it, spinning along with it. Do I need to put a ping pong ball in there? I don't have one. Either way, there you go, that leaf. There's your Earth spinning with your atmosphere. Everybody's on Earth, right? Relativity. People are just kind of going along. What if I grabbed this guy and took off, left the Earth, and went this way? See the other leaves?
So are you trying to tell me that these leaves are actually leaving the atmosphere? Because you are taking them out of the water, so I'm assuming that's what you mean, right? They're going into orbit?
Ouch! That guy must have felt that one hit.
What if I went east? Much harder. See there? What if I go west? Oh. See, this is still your atmosphere. If I were in the water with this leaf, I have a massive current to deal with.
See, now this is where you're getting it all wrong. Now, our Earth is rotating at a speed of 15 degrees per hour. Our atmosphere, being held onto the Earth by gravity, is also spinning at 15 degrees per hour. Therefore, the relative speed between the Earth and the atmosphere is zero. They are part of the same system.
Another bomb dropped on that guy by the great Lance Corporal.
A headwind. Fluid dynamics applies to the atmosphere. The atmosphere is a fluid. Same exact stuff here.
Sorry, mate, I'll be right back. Someone's trying to learn the truth. Oh, bloody hell. Oh. Sorry about that, guys. I'm back. Where were we?
That's your atmosphere. There's a couple guys sitting on the Earth, you know, Maybe those are hot air balloons. Maybe those are helicopters hovering there. But then as soon... Jeez.
Oh, fuck. Sorry, mate. Just got a new drink from allegedly Dave. Tastes like bloody piss.
As soon as you actually fly instead of hover, now you have a problem. See this leaf? Look at it. I'm flying through this water now. It's very hard to fly through. This air is very hard to fly through. A big headwind. Every time I head west, there's a headwind. And every time I head east, I gotta try a lot harder. I gotta go much faster.
Okay, so then, according to you, any object which needs to fly, planes, helicopters, witches, Harry Potter, you name it, moving with the atmosphere is going to be easier than anything moving against the atmosphere. Now, the problem is you're failing to take into account your initial speed. So, the Earth is moving at roughly 1,000 miles per hour at its equator, meaning the atmosphere is also moving at roughly 1,000 miles per hour at the equator. However, any object attached to the Earth is also moving at that 1,000 miles per hour, although we don't see it because the relative motion is zero. Now, in order for that plane then to move with the rotation of the Earth, it would have to travel at 1,000 miles per hour plus whatever speed it needs to go. Going against the rotation will be 1,000 miles per hour minus whatever speed it needs to go. So therefore, your actual speed would be the speed relative to the Earth, because you and the atmosphere with the Earth are one system. Are you getting it now?
That was a flurry to the solar plexus like I've never seen.
As soon as you put directional axial rotation on something, now you have a direction. And a ton of physics that go along with it. This being the major one that crushes the spinning globe here. Planes don't fly backwards when they take off, they don't fly backwards. You can't have a negative speed in your equation. Doesn't work. You're in inertia, you're in it, and then you fly into it. Simple, simple. There's no other way around it.
Yeah, so your little experiment there, mate, to try and show the atmosphere was absolutely horrible. It was okay at showing what a cyclone was like, but an atmosphere? Nah. Look, maybe one day once you've passed third form physics, you might be able to have another crack at it. Till then, why don't you leave the thinking to those of us who actually know how to do it, eh?
I dare say we have the final nail in the coffin here, folks.
One last thing before I hit the patrol. To the person who porn bombed Fight the Flat Earth, fuck you. Fuck you very, very much.
So ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of the episode. I would like to say a big thank you to Constable Conspicuous and to Lance Corporal Flatter, as we could not have accomplished this debunk of that guy without them. You are both great men and we thank you from the bottom of our hearts. So that guy, how do you like us now? Feeling a little foolish, are we? Now that we have properly destroyed that guy's very unscientific claims, I would like to take a second to say a few words about Fight the Flat Earth and the current situation brought upon him by the porn-bombing maggot who has affected his life in such a negative manner. People like this porn-bombing maggot should be tarred and feathered in public forum, and we here at World Model Feud hope the worst for this complete asswipe. Craig, we are with you all the way, and we will stand and support you in any and all ways we can. This fantastic community stands together and we are all here for you. For those who wish to help Fight the Flat Earth in his time of need, his Patreon and PayPal links are below in the description, and we urge all of you to help Fight the Flat Earth get through this with any donation you can make. The world is a better place due to the contributions of Fight the Flat Earth, and now is the time for all of us to show them how much we care. So please join us again next time on World Model Feud as we bring you another contestant to consider for our next game show episode. I'm Dick Dawson saying thanks for watching and keep up the fight.